Sri Sharda Devi and Her Divine Play, Chapter 35, page 752. Swami Sharadeshananda left a written portrait of Belur Mutt before the mother's body arrived there and afterwards. Swami Shivananda was gravely pacing back and forth on the upper floor of the mud building. Sometimes he looked at the Ganges, Dakshineshwar, Kasipur or Udbodhan from the upper veranda and then again returned to his room. Only he knew what was going through his mind. Still, it was dark. When there was a little brightness in the east, Bhuban Babu, an old devotee, bowed to Swami Shivananda and said, Maharaj, the mother is shining in Udbodhan. A divine light has been radiating from her face. Seeing her, no one can tell that she has left us. All grief goes away upon seeing her face. The master's worship and food offering were arranged quickly. Swami Shubhodhananda was running around and supervising everything. Before the arrival of the mother's body, the master's worship service and food offering needed to be finished. There was a picture of Holy Mother in the master's bedroom at Belur Mutt. Lakshman Maharaj, the worshipper, asked permission from Mahapurush Maharaj and then placed the mother's picture at the left side of the master's on the altar. He decorated the mother's picture with flowers and a garland. From that very day, the mother's daily worship began publicly at Belur Mutt. Afternoon, the mother's body arrived at Belur Mutt by boat. Her body was smeared with sandal paste and perfume, and the cot was beautifully decorated with flowers and garlands. The mother's women devotees, with tearful eyes, bathed her body by dipping it in the Ganges and then dressed her in a new cloth. After that, her body was brought to the courtyard near the steps of the master's temple, the old shrine. A monk performed the worship and arati by waving a lamp with 5 wicks. Many footprints of the mother were taken. Then her body was carried to the funeral pyre, which had already been set up with sandalwood on the spot where the present temple exists. Swami Sharadananda circumambulated the mother's body and set the wood on fire. Swamis Shivananda, Shubhodhananda, Nirmalananda, M. and many of the earliest men and women devotees surrounded the funeral pyre and watched that wonderful cremation. Swami Nirmalananda chanted some Vedic hymns. The blazing fire engulfed the mother's body and everyone offered incense, perfume and camphor as oblations. The cremation ended very quickly. To extinguish the fire, everyone began to bring water from the Ganges in earthen pots. Then it began to rain and Swami Sharadananda asked everyone to stop bringing water. A small shower extinguished the funeral pyre and cooled the children of the mother from the summer heat. A few monks gathered the mother's relics and ashes in a copper vessel. It was amazing that there were not many relics of the mother's body. Most of them were reduced to ashes. The copper vessel was carried into the master's shrine and placed in front of the mother's picture. There was a special food offering to the master with luchis, a vegetable curry and rasagullas, which were afterwards distributed among all present. In the evening, Swami Sharadeshananda burnt incense on the spot where the mother's body had been cremated. From the next day on, Swami Shubhodhananda designated a brahmachari to burn incense there every day. Swami Bhuteshananda saw Holy Mother when she was alive, and he also saw her body in the courtyard at Udbodhan house after she had passed away. He followed the funeral procession along with the monks. He related a slightly different story with some additional information. We crossed the Ganges by boat and came to Belur Mutt. At that time, the Ganges was just east of the Nagalingam tree, which was to the south of Swamiji's room and was planted by Swami Brahmananda. There was a slope in that area down to the Ganges. The mother's boat was anchored there and her body was carried to a spot under the mango tree in the courtyard. The monks and devotees paid their last homage to the mother. Then her body was carried to the place where her temple exists. There was no ghat there, but the bank was even and parallel to the Ganges. The women devotees gave the mother a bath there. The funeral pyre was arranged with the sandalwood on the spot where the mother's temple exists at present. Brother Ramlal, the master's nephew, was invited to set fire to the funeral pyre, but he was not available. So his brother Shivaram set the fire as a part of the ritual. Jai Ma.